I'm Terry Gannon. Welcome again to Boston and the Hershey's Kisses Figure Skating Challenge, an event which brings together eligible and ineligible skaters, amateurs and professionals, if you will, in a team format. The newly crowned world champions from the U.S., Todd Eldridge and Michelle Kwan, are here, and we've already had the unique pleasure of seeing Dorothy Hamill skate in her first competition sanctioned by the U.S. Figure Skating Association since 1976. And we will see more of Dorothy in a little bit. Peggy Fleming, it is rare in any sport to see a champion of 20 years ago compete alongside today's best.
That's true, Terry. There's a quality about great skaters that endures no matter what their age or technique. Their style and competitive spirit still comes through. And for Dorothy Hamill, that's absolutely the case. And right now, at the age of 15, Michelle Kwan is like a sponge, very aware of what she's seeing and always able to apply that to her performances. It's what's made her mature so rapidly as an athlete. Now, here's another first-hand opportunity for Michelle to learn from someone who's successfully done it all.
And Peggy, it's always interesting to see the generations come together. Dick Button, today's skaters wear some of the famous colors of this city.
Well, you know, it's fitting that we're here in Boston because Boston has a rich tradition of sports history. And in honor of this, the skaters have been divided into the three following teams. The Celtics, the pride and glory of Boston, are headlined by skating's pride and glory, Dorothy Hamill, along with the two top amateurs, Todd Eldridge and Michelle Kwan. Boston's favorite skating son, Paul Wiley, leads the crafty Bruins. And who better than Rudy Galindo, a man who embodies the commitment to excellence to lead the Red Sox. Now, the rules are complicated, but the point is we're here to see beautiful skating, and that's what this event is all about. Being a competition, however, it has the extra added value of somebody winning.
Skating for the Bruins today is 18-year-old Nicole Bobek, the 1995 U.S. National Champion. She, of course, was injured during this year's Nationals and had to pull out after the short program.
And she's skating to music from the Cirque du Soleil show Mystère, and then she's interpreting a bird on the forest floor.
This young lady has a lot of charm and glamour. There's not a shy bone in her body.
Triple flip, and the feet just flew right out from underneath her.
Well, it's like she didn't get much spring from her takeoff.
Nicole has a home in Rochester, Michigan, but she's been training in Las Vegas. Last year, won a bronze medal at the World Championships. And this year, of course, did not go because of her injury and pulling out after the short program at Nationals. Peggy, do you think at this point she has something to prove, maybe even to herself?
So I think she definitely does. Her mom, Yana, says there's a big difference between a talented child and a successful champion. After the Nationals, she tried to go home and refocus. She's worked out with a personal trainer, and she started weight training. And she knows she has it in her to be a champion, and there is her second fall, and she knows that she still has a long way to go. Some very unusual moves in this number. Very nice.
Still very prominent on the figure skating scene, and always unique, always entertaining, and always knows how to play to the crowd.
He's still having some technical trouble. This triple flip, watch the leg right there. The foot just snapped right out, made it impossible for her to complete it.
So the troubles continue for Nicole Bobek, the pained expression on her face, and she is well aware of the fact that there are those who doubt her, but more determined than ever to get back to the glory days. 1995 was a banner year for Nicole Bobek. She won her first U.S. national championship, and after winning the short program with a dazzling performance at the Worlds, she took home the bronze medal. This year's national, though, were all too different. Nicole came to the competition with a painful ankle injury.
This year has been very, very tough. I wanted more than anything to be able to compete in the Worlds and do well and win my title again at Nationals. But my ankle was so bad that it was impossible.
By the U.S. Figure Skating Association to deny her request for a bye to the World Championships, even though byes have been granted to other skaters in similar circumstances. Nicole was devastated by what some thought a controversial ruling.
There was really nothing I could say or I could do to change that, except respect what the USFSA decided to do. I didn't really know what to expect, if people would be upset and say, well, Bobek's over with, forget about her. It was just the opposite. You know, a lot of people in the world love the underdog. So I guess that's kind of what I am.
Nicole's ankle would heal in the weeks following Nationals, but her troubles were not over. Her boots weren't fitting properly.
They had to make them and remake them, try new ones. And it's basically the main thing in the sport. You have to have, it's just like skiing. You can't ski without your poles or your skis. I mean, it's impossible. So the skates make the sport what it is. And when they're not right, you're unable to accomplish anything.
In the last year, Nicole moved to Las Vegas, changed coaches for the 9th time, and now looks to Barbara Rolls for the support she needs to bounce back from a disappointing season.
With skating, you have a lot of ups and downs, and it was definitely a downer. But sometimes you need those downers to be able to be strong and pull yourself back up. So maybe in some ways it was kind of good that it happened, and you just learn from it and work real hard. And it just makes you get more determined to do what you want to do.
More determined, but a need for patience as well. This was not a performance that Nicole is real happy about. The first set of scores for skating technique, they range from 5.6 up to 5.7. There are 9 judges here, and the high and the low scores are thrown out. The second set of scores for artistic presentation, 5 7s and 5 8s for Nicole Bobek as she skates for the Bruins. We'll be back to Matthews Arena in a moment.